Good morning, Scorpio. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot. This is your monthly energy tarot forecast for May 2022. We are using the Energy Oracle, the Crow Tarot. I also have some spellcaster cards that I pre-shuffled and I accepted the cards that jumped out, and also the wisdom cards. So we're going to use the Energy Oracle to see what the overall energy of the month is, and then we'll move to the Crow Tarot to get a tarot reading. Let's see what your overall energy, Scorpio, of the month of May is going to be. We're looking for cards that jump out, jumpers and escapers. All right, so our first card was the yin and yang. So we're being guided to bring things into balance. And I think that's very interesting because we also have the angel of balance. So we have to kind of take into consideration that things come and go. It's like the tide. The tide comes in, the tide comes out. We have good times, we have bad times. We are humans having this spiritual experience, spirits having this human experience, and the energy from that is one of sometimes can be one of chaos, right? We don't know what side of who we are is guiding us to do what it is that we are trying to do. And we tried to put, I feel, a little bit of our energy in, two different places, and sometimes it can be confusing, it could be interesting, it can be upsetting, it could be, uncertain. And the Goddess of the Moon card says, first of all, listen to your intuition, pay attention to your dreams. You have the world like at your fingertips. You are a very highly intuitive person. You're a very magical person. You are a person who tries to very greatly understand that we are spirits having this human experience, and you try very much to set that human experience apart from the spiritual experience and try to bring balance to both. But I feel sometimes it's very difficult to do so because we are so bombarded with the outside world. So you're being guided to rest and rejuvenate. There's also a caring connection coming in, someone who may want to kind of help you bring balance to what you're going through at this time. And you're also being guided to take action. So I feel that whatever is going on for you, Scorpio, in the month of May, it's all about bringing balance to your life, listening to your intuition, gaining more strength and resiliency when it comes to the human aspect of life, but gaining more compassion and empathy and intuition when it talks about the spiritual side of this experience, and allowing people to help you. The caring connection doesn't necessarily mean a physical, romantical relationship. It could mean just someone coming forward to help you bring a balance to all of this that you're going through. So the yin to your yang, if you will. Someone who is just as spiritually connected and wants to help you bring balance to that spiritual connection. Someone who is just as spiritual or magical as you. What I'm being guided to say is someone who's part of your tribe, right? And if that does turn into a romantical connection, then that's a bonus. You have someone who is pretty much on par with where you are when it comes to your meditation, your visualization practices, your affirmation practices, your magic. And I see a lot of green. So perhaps you're maybe a kitchen witch, or someone who likes to do nature magic, or someone who likes to do their magic underneath the different cycles of the moon. And your intuition is very high at those times. So you follow that, but on times that it's not so connected, you can really use, people who are vibrating at a higher level to help you connect a little bit more by using their energy. And you're being guided to take action when it comes to retaining this balance in your life, right? Don't let it slide one way or another. And if you feel it's sliding too far off into this human existence where you're allowing others from the outside to dictate and determine who you are and what you're doing, and all of those different things, try to bring it back to, you know, that spiritual aspect. And if you're going too far down the spiritual side, where you're neglecting that human part of who you are, try to find someone that helps to kind of bring it back. So let's see what the tarot cards have for you, Scorpio. All right, this is for Scorpio from May 2022. We're looking for jumpers and escapers. There goes one, escaping down over here somewhere. Hold on. It really did escape, didn't it? Oh my gosh, where'd it go? Okay, hold on. It went down. Oh my goodness. Please don't let me lose this card. All right, so it's the Fool, so you're being guided to take a chance, right? And then we have the Hanged Man. And while you're taking this opportunity and taking this chance, you're being asked to look at it from a different perspective. So just don't jump in balls to the wall with it, right? Don't go, ooh, opportunity, choo, down the cliff, and then psh, you don't know what's down there, right? So the Hanged Man is like, okay, hold on, before you rush in too quickly, and before you make that stern decision and stand by it, perhaps maybe looking at it from a different perspective to kind of make sure this is this resonates with you on a physical, spiritual, mental, emotional way. You just don't want to dive into something that you're diving in it because it looks good and feels good, right? You don't want to dive into something because your heart goes pitter-patter and somewhere in your head it says this is a great idea. You want to really investigate what about this caring connection, what about this situation has you wanting to just go full steam ahead, right? And then we have that take action card that came out earlier. So you have your mind pretty much set on doing something. You're pretty solid in your commitment to do it. But before you take that action, just look at it from a different perspective. And because you don't want to get into something that you're going to regret or resent or have to dig yourself out of later. If it's a relationship or a job opportunity or going into business with somebody else, or just wherever you are at the moment and whatever decisions that you are making, make sure you are doing it with enough information that you can make the right decision, and that decision won't have you kicking yourself in the butt later on. So we have the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is looking for different ideas, for different perspectives from unlikely sources. So you have a crow getting advice from a fish, right? So that's a pretty unlikely source. So if you're uncertain about what direction to go, and I know you're all hyped up about it, and the Fool says go, 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 and the Hangman says, hold on, wait a minute, don't be so quick to make a decision and to take action here because we really don't know. Look around, broaden your horizons, ask people. If it's about a relationship, perhaps asking people that they know about them and who they are and how they look at life and their past relationships. You want to know something about a man, look at his relationship with his mother. You want to know something about a woman, look at the relationship that she has with herself. So so there's an aspect here of really doing research, really looking at things from a different perspective, really looking outside of the box for the month of May, Scorpio, and not jumping into something just because it looks good, feels good, packaged pretty, and keep working, keep doing your research, keep working, keep striving ahead for the future, keep working on that. Even if this doesn't work out, you can still continue to work on creating or manifesting something that does, right? Even if this is a relationship and it doesn't work out, continue working, continue creating. Look, we have the Ten of Cups. So this is a transformation into a very happy, abundant, prosperous relationship, home life, friendships. So you didn't rush in. You took your time. You looked at it from a different perspective. You continued to solidify and work at this relationship, at this family dynamic, at this friendship, at this partnership. And you did enough to educate yourself to know that, yes, this seems like a good match for me. This seems like something that really resonates with me. So now I'm going to take action on it. And because I've done all of my research and I've done what I've needed to do, I'm now going to make this decision to start slow and to start small with this relationship or friendship or partnership. Keep working at it and allow it to grow in its own time. Use your intuition. Bring balance to it. You don't have to jump into something just because it looks good, feels good, and it, however, however that fresh new relationship or friendship or family dynamic or whatever makes you feel. If you're giddy and you're happy and you're all excited about it, and this is the best thing since biscuits and gravy, and you don't take time to, and I talk about this a lot with relationship readings, that we don't take time to ask ourselves, one, if we're ready for a relationship, and because we're so wanting to be, we're emotional creatures, so we love that feeling of the newness of a relationship, the honeymoon period, the making out, the sensual interactions, the dating, the dressing up, the excitement about it all. But it's further than that, and it's deeper than that. And we have to make sure that we understand this person from the perspective of not just how they make us feel during this honeymoon period. Who are they really, right? What do they bring to the table? Where have they been in their lives? What were their past relationships like? How are they, with being able to make commitments and follow through with those commitments? How are they with children? How are they with their pets? Or do they do things that kind of, make you twitch or rub you the wrong way? These are things that we really, when we start in relationships, that we really need to kind of focus on and figure out. Yes, the honeymoon phase is great, but if you have a thing about leaving cabinet doors open and this other person is the kind of person that just leaves everything open, you're going to have a say on what's going on. And if they do things like that later on down the road, when you find out who this person truly is, you don't want to come from a place of resentment and a feeling of, throwing things at them that you could have recognized or realized in the beginning, right? So this is, again, balancing karmic scales, the yin and yang, the balance card. Balancing those scales, make sure that there is if this is a relationship or a partnership, make sure there's a 50-50 thing going on here. Make sure this isn't someone who is going to, if you're putting 50% in, make sure that they are putting in just as much, because we don't want to get into a relationship where we feel like we are being manipulated or used for what we have, and then we are lost somewhere in the ethers when we no longer can acquiesce to their request of giving more and more and more. You're being guided to have courage by following through with this. Make a commitment to do your research, to do your homework, to bring balance to this if this is a relationship, to move forward, but do it by making a decision in a healthy way. Do it by making the decision, you've done your research, you've done your homework, you're working toward, it's not a right out of the box, fulfilling life's desires. It's working toward a good relationship, a solid foundation. It's working toward a good partnership and a solid foundation. It's just not, you know, it's courting, it's date nights, it's texting, it's, you know, or having lunches and brunches and breakfasts, and make sure it's just not moving in with one another and going down that rabbit hole just, you know, right out of the gate. Have passion for life and have passion for the relationship, and that is okay. That is okay. I express my true being today is your mantra card. This is a new day. I began anew to claim and create all that is good. So this relationship, friendship, connection has the potential of being one of passion and being one of balance. It has the potential of being that as it goes along, right? Have the courage to dive deep in it. Have the courage to figure out who this person is, what makes them tick, who they are, what their likes are, what their dislikes are, what rubs them the wrong way, how they eat their food. Do they eat it with their mouth open or mouth closed? Do they have any habits that could be, you know, and it's in the beginning when you figure these things out. So as the relationship goes on, it's not something that comes as a surprise to you and shocks you. It's something that you can, you know, both deal with at the same time. And so that way there is never a resentment one against the other. And if you were a gentleman listening to this, it would be the exact same thing. It would be the exact same thing. Sometimes women can just be nasty as men. And, you know, when a person gets complacent in living on their own or having their own place, they don't realize that when they're in relationships that there is another person involved. And if she isn't used to cleaning this or cleaning that or doing this or doing that, that ain't going to change overnight just because, you know, you have this fascination, passion, love, or lust. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen gradually if she thinks that you're worth changing for, but it's not going to be something that, you know, once you jump into it, you're going to say, hey, I need you to, yeah, but I've been this way for quite some time, and it's pretty unfair of you to come in and go, I need you to change all this about yourself right now. Or, you know, hold on, wait a minute. Change doesn't happen overnight. That's impossible for me to be able to, you know, maneuver and change my life overnight for this relationship or this partnership to be a solid one. You know, let's take some time here. Let's gradually change into what it is that we want to be, as opposed to pressuring someone to change who they are for your satisfaction. So that is your May forecast, Scorpio. Thank you for allowing me to read for you today. I hope this brings a little bit of closure or some sort of direction in your life in the month of May. So until next time, know that you're divinely guided in love. Give love, be love. Until next time, bye.